Ah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. A little stroll down the cobbles of memory lane there.
Well, get yourselves in, get your raincoats off if it's raining, and pull up a pew.
Pull up a pew. It's the Rovers' return tonight. The Wig Slingback has become the Rovers' return for the night in honour and celebration of Friday night, which is Friday night is Jamie night. We'll be watching, won't we?
Oh, yes.
I think I'm going to be on about 8:30, between 8:30 and 9:15, if you can't bear to watch the full hour. But things change, so I can't guarantee that. But in my script, the Coronation Street script, that's when I'm meant to be on. So tune in. Let's have a look who is in the YouTube bar. We're going to
there's loads in
We'll
tonight.
race through because we've got lots to do tonight. So straight through the doors when we opened up.
Banging on the door she was.
Popped my little clip-ons on. There was Tracy 30, eagerly followed by Sandra Brown. Then Kim and Jens from Denmark.
They've come a long way for half a stout.
Yeah, if we pop on some bacon for them Danish. A little bacon butty. Mad Aberfan then came in. Then the lovely Bubbles appeared. Nibbles is at work, I think.
He might pop in, you never know.
Might pop in his break. But Bubbles is here. Bubbles is a big Corrie fan, I know this. Then the gorgeous Dangly Cock came in.
We say it definitely now, don't we?
He appeared. Chris Corson from Alabama. Joel Hazeldine appeared. Said he loved our Dallas video. We're glad you loved it. We love making it. Dangly Cock says he's just hanging out. Of course, then the cloakroom opened. And of course, our cloakroom is manned by none other than the late Priscilla White. I nearly said Priscilla Presley. So, a.k.a. Cilla Black. She's there. Surprise, surprise, she says to everyone. Paul McFarlane, the lovely Paul McFarlane, and his lovely wife, Diane.
Diane.
Leslie Ann Lynch came in. Linda LaHughes, the lovely, my lovely cousin from Stourbridge, appeared. She pulled up a pew in the snug. She's getting a new puppy. Exciting times, and he's very, very cute. Coral Daft then appeared. Coral's opened a bottle of red. The jam shed is on Coral tonight. Will Venus, lovely Will Wigs appeared. David Maudsley, my dad and mum are in the house. Pete Potofsky is here. Pete Potofsky's been doing something fun. What was Pete Potofsky up to?
Something arty, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember. I saw it on Instagram and I thought it looked fun. I wanted to mention it and it's gone out of my little noggin. I'm very forgetful. How do I pronounce this name?
O'Sheen.
O'Sheen is in. It's an Irish name. It's like one of the cores. You never know if it's Siobhan or Angela, but it's O'Sheen. I was going to say wheezing. O'Sheen appeared. Then my lovely sister-in-law, Marcia Maudsley.
Happy birthday, Marcia.
It is Marcia's big birthday today. I don't really think it's a big birthday. It's Marcia's birthday. So happy birthday to Marcia. She got a lovely present from us boys and Peggy.
And Esme sent us some buttons.
And Esme and Patrick sent her some lovely wooden
buttons.
Andy Whittle came in. Hi, Andy. Dale Ibbotson. BG Bear appeared. Leslie Ann Lynch. I don't know if I mentioned you, but Leslie Ann is here. Lovely Leslie Ann. Dawn Lovejoy. She says first round is on her.
Oh.
Sherry's busy pouring all those drinks right now. Anyone that I've missed? I don't know. It's just scrolled. Everyone's names just disappeared.
Alan
Lucy
Davis.
and Katie. Alan Davis. Sherry Graham. I think that's about it. I think that's everyone. Lots of happy birthdays coming in for Marcia. That's over in YouTube. Over in Facebook, we've got
the lovely Mark Hall,
aka High Street.
Neil Sandwell and Lady V, who Neil apparently is Slimmer of the Year, isn't he?
He is Slimmer of the Year.
Slimmer of the Year.
There are some caveats to that, but we won't go into the caveats.
Well, he's Slimmer of the Year.
Slimmer of the Year.
Let him ride those waves.
Then, being Slimmer of the Year, we vastly switched gear to Keith Wellens, who's straight back from the Chippy.
Who's just been to the Chippy, Neil. So, let us know what you got from the Chippy, Keith. Lovely Martin P. Gilchrist says good luck to us tonight. Lovely Emma Fisher. Chuckle Chum Nicky Baxter's in the house. Lovely Rachel, hello my love, how are you? Angela Willis has popped in. Melanie Fairley's just got a packet of crisps and a lemonade over there. Chris Gilbert from Blackpool. Lovely Gary and Debbie Coxon. Are you still in your holidays?
They are. They're lost in France.
They're
out having dinner.
They get about, don't they? I think they've been on their holidays all year.
Gary, tell the waiter you would like to manger un petit zizi.
Or manger petit pois.
Mine was I'd like to eat a little willy.
Oh. Lovely Kate Riding is in the house. Carol Brooks. Lovely Dame Sue Neal is gracing our presence tonight. She's got some champagne in an ice bucket. Richard Bobbin Stuffer. It says the Bobbins is in the room. Lovely Gillian Fulcher. Amanda Robinson. Gabrielle Chassé. Hello, my love. And Lisa Driscoll from Canada. And I think she wanted something exotic. I think Pina Colada.
She did, but what does Sherry call it?
Penis Canada. Spencer Carter, thank you, my love, for my lovely card and my Nolly programme. I got that yesterday. Thank you, my love.
Robert Brown.
Melanie Fairley.
News just in.
Tasha B said that Harry Hewitt from the old Coronation Street was her uncle, a great uncle. Lovely, where are we? Amanda Robinson. Loved the Stan Ogden. Cinders McDuffie has popped in from her pirate ship. So lovely Sarah Simpson says hello. I hope you're well and keeping well. And how is Peggy? She's just trotting about, Sarah. Lovely Charlotte Foxell. Robert Brown.
Philippus is here.
I always like reading
Philippus
the news.
hasn't got a connection. Peggy.
Oh, is he not?
But he's here.
Naomi McBride says, hello, you delicious duo.
All the way from Australia, we've got Mark Treblecock.
Hello, Mark. Well, I think are you new? Are you new to the party bus? Jason Brett, Gillian McShane. Hello, boys. I love seeing a little face. Look at that, lovely blonde hair. Keith Rowbotham,
and Lee, they've both got gin and tonics, and they said, and one for the bar staff. You should never say that to Sherry.
Don't say that to her. She buys a keg. Lovely Fiji. Hey, Fiji.
I think that's about...
Fiona Bannister. Nigel Allen ATC. And, favourably last and...
Fashionably
late is lovely Anthony Berry.
And we've got Dave, lovely Dave from North Carolina, South Carolina, is in the house, running late. Pip, Kerry, Zanduk TV, and I'm Cool is in.
I hope we've mentioned everybody. If we haven't mentioned you, it's our old eyes.
Oh, and our hearts totally go out to all our American chums, and just devastating news yesterday. Very close to where I used to work.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, so I worked a lot in Texas. I worked a lot around San Antonio, so I know those communities. Heart's broken, totally heartbreaking news. And then we've got all that news going on in the UK at the moment. So tonight is a no news.
Oh, let's leave all that out
Put
there.
it all behind you. Susan Hatchard has just popped in, says can't stay long. She's grabbed a half at the bar.
Well, that's all that matters, love. You popped in.
Gillian McShane has publicly announced that the curtains don't match the pelmet. Anyway, tonight is Corrie night. So we want to know your favourite Corrie memories, Corrie characters, Corrie moments. You can let us know in the comments. The comments roll by thick and fast. We do miss them, but we'll try and keep mentioning any that we see and that.
And Scylla, were you ever in Corrie, or did they ever ask you to pop in? And say...
I don't think I'm sure maybe she did a surprise on Cobbles. But yeah, I don't remember. Lucy and Katie, are you in the bistro on Friday, Jamie? My husband, Katie's dad, plays the barman. Not that we bothered to watch him anymore. No, I wasn't in the bistro. I'm in the Rovers. I'm in the Rovers Return. Tracy will watch Corrie thanks to YouTube. I won't get my 3p if you do that.
Is that much you get per episode?
I don't know. You get. Well, I've got paid, but every time it's on, I get You get royalties through the post. A little check for £3.40 or whatever because it's been on once in Canada.
And you had a lovely message from
Sally Ann
Matthews, didn't you?
Yeah, who plays Jenny Bradley, who's the landlady of the Rovers. She said, "Oh, what a pleasure it was meeting me," which is nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You want to watch, aren't you?
What am I?
A window to watch.
I'm a window to watch.
Yeah.
Emma Fisher, did you like the Road to Coronation Street drama? It's what we did a top 5. Was it top 5 TV shows?
Spin-offs.
Top 5 spin-offs. Not long ago, and it was one of yours.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it, Emma. It was an amazing little drama. I thought all the casting was amazing. I love the whole story of Coronation Street and how it was thought up, and how they got all the characters in, and yeah, lovely. I was watching the first episode again this morning, in preparation for tonight, and it was such a great little beginning of the soap.
Oh, I loved the Road to Coronation Street. I thought it was wonderful.
And they were doing it live back then. They were doing it live, so it was all like, camera 3, camera 2, okay, and all the actors had to. And then years later, when they did do a live version, was it when he was 60 years old or something?
They've done a couple of live episodes, and there's always a few little hiccups.
Yeah, there is. I'm sure there was back in the day when it was black and white, but
it wasn't recorded, I guess, so you couldn't look back and check them out.
But I think a lot of people who were in tonight have been saying things like, "Oh, I love the old classic Corrie," and me too. But yeah.
Scylla says she wasn't in it. They asked her to be in it many times, Alan. Obviously.
Yeah.
Fizz says, "I haven't watched Corrie for years, so this will be a treat." Yeah, it could be a treat. It could be a disaster. I don't think it's a little funny scene. I know lots of you are saying there isn't a lot of funny stuff in Corrie. Well, hopefully the bit I'm in is funny. I'm not in it full time. Someone said, "Am I going in it full time?" I wish. The characters that I've played, neither character has died, so they can always come back, I guess.
The thing is, you can't go back for a while now, can you?
No, it's something like 3 years. If you've played a character, you can't go back as another character within 3 years because
after 3 years, apparently everybody forgets.
Everyone forgets
who
that
you
character
were
existed
and what you played.
But look, I've got a beard, I've got glasses, I could disguise myself.
You could do Tootsie and drag up.
We've done like 4. Have we done? We've done 4 Corrie videos. I've got them on standby, so we can play those throughout the night. But let's get straight into it, yeah? Let's get straight into our top 5. So, our top 5 Corrie bits and bobs, I'm calling
Again,
them.
it's so difficult to put these down to just 5 because I've got about 5,000, but I did my best.
We've
whittling them down.
We've had a request for a shout out. Well, we've got hi to Stuart and Lee in Northern Ireland, and also can we say a big hello? It's coming up now to Charlie Bobbins Duffer.
Oh yes,
who's joined Philippo and Richard Bobbins Duffer. So big hello to them.
Hello
to him, her, they, them.
They him from what way? Ooh.
So shall I let everyone in on a little secret? My little secret.
Have you got a secret?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't really watch Corrie. I've never really watched it, have I? Ina. It was never really on my radar as a kid. We didn't watch it. It wasn't on in the house. It was very, very ITV.
What did you watch?
Panorama, Ask the Family, World in Action. No,
Bloody Rama? Well, you've got Ina and that lot.
I don't know. I did watch EastEnders. I watched EastEnders. But no, Corrie was never on the radar. I was supposed to be out in a meadow, like running around, feeding ponies. I don't know.
Call yourself a bloody northerner.
But yeah, so my Corrie knowledge is limited. So my Corrie is bits and bobs. Alan knows a lot more about Corrie than me. However, so we'll go straight in, I think, with my number 5, yeah?
Yeah. I better not be EastEnders.
It's not EastEnders. So my number 5 is a little bit different this week. We've got videos. So my number 5 is...
All right, Cocker. My name is Julie Goodyear, and I'm probably most famous for Coronation Street and playing the part of Bad Lynch.
A smile from me. there, Bet, for bringing a bit of glamour into our lives.
I recorded 2010 episodes. Bet is often referred to as the queen of British soap. Once that beehive went on, she began to feel like a second skin to me. Same again, love. Get it, got it, good. Sup up and sod off. She never had luck with any fellas. She was dropped into a freezing cold lake, then they tried to set fire to me. Now, leopard print then was tarty. Slapper, frowned on. I loved it. Da, 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 da. I was awarded an MBE by Her Majesty the Queen, voted the greatest ever soap star. No, I am not excited about going into the Big Brother house. I'm frightened. I've got one bad habit. Smoking. Yeah, I do get along with people, providing they're not loud and aggressive and drunk. I've never been in the celebrity world in my life. I'm just Julie.
Sup up and piss off.
I'm just Julie.
Oh.
Julie Goodyear. Julie Goodyear is my number 5.
Yeah, I agree.
So Bet Lynch is like a drag queen, basically, isn't she? She's just, everything about her is over the top and draggy. I was slightly obsessed with when she left Coronation Street. So that scene where she left, me and my friend Daniel, I was about 18, 19, I think. I was doing Whistle Down the Wind musical. I was down in London, and my friend Daniel was running a pub for an evening. And I think it was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve, so I must have been staying over at Christmas. And he was running a pub, and he was shutting up the pub for Christmas Eve. And I said to Daniel, I dare you to close the pub. He was only a barman, but he was in charge because it was Christmas Eve and the publican had gone. I said, I dare you to shut it as Bet Lynch shut the Rovers. So he did the whole dialogue. He was going to just random customers. And the Lady Mayoress too. Out she goes. This pub's shut.
He even pulled off some clip-on earrings, didn't he?
Put on his clip-on earrings in the little mirror. Blushed his little booth and went, you'll be all right, cock. So I was a little bit obsessed with it. I loved her in Celebrity Big Brother, which is what that clip is from. She was just so over the top and funny.
Well, if you've got like a spare week, you're gonna get yourself onto YouTube and have a look at some old Bet. She was amazing. Even when she first appeared, she was just like, there to shock and excite and everything.
She's over the top though, isn't she?
Oh yeah, but
she's not like natural as an actor.
No, but she has some lovely storylines. But it was nice to sort of see her develop, into the whole like landlady, and then.
Do you remember when she had like big hair that came out here?
Yeah, amazing. And then every so often you'd see her in bed with a wig on the bedpost.
Will Wigs. How many Bet wigs have you done in your time? I'd love a proper Bet beehive. We're after one of those actually for Patsy as well. From Ab Fab, but yeah, you've got Bet's long straight, classic beehive, the big hair like a sort of Georgian prince,
yeah,
and then that sort of little short do,
and then you've got the sort of Julie Goodyear sort of fringe bottom wand waves.
So yeah, number 5 in my list is Julie Goodyear.
Amazing. She was, Corrie would not have been Corrie without her. And
we were a little bit obsessed with Julie in the early sort of 2000s when she'd pop up on TV getting interviewed. And
she even had her own talk show, didn't she? Which seems to... We can't find it.
Can't find it anywhere.
It was on Granada.
Live with Julie on Granada Plus.
Or Granada Breeze or something.
Granada Breeze.
It's like, wow, she even had to go at being Trisha.
But she talks in like sound bites, which is what we were obsessed with. So, she talks in short sentences. And they're all quite soundbitey.
I'm an actress.
I'm brassy.
Fighter. I'm a grafter.
Anyway, my number 5, Julie Goodyear. Alan's number 5, however, is...
Jack and I would be delighted. And just a little glass more, Mrs. Sharples. Ena. Beg pardon? Ena. Oh. Do you reckon you'll finish your days in this street, Annie? Well, that's hard to say. Ena. I must confess I've longed for something better. We did have a very, very nice hotel offered to us, but Jack wasn't keen. I suppose a wife's place is behind her husband.
That's right.
Mind you,
It doesn't pay to let them know.
it most certainly does not.
You know,
on reflection, I thought you were very unlucky in that talent competition, Annie. I am blessed with a very good ear. And in my opinion, you were miles ahead of everybody else.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Ina.
You have a beautiful voice.
It's no better than yours. I've heard your Rock of Ages echoing across the street on a Sunday morning.
I do my best. With someone like you, a pal good and true, I'd like to...
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Isn't it?
I watched that, and I mean, it must have been like one of the first times that both Ina and Annie, spent so much time together. And as you saw, they were calling each other by their first name. Well, normally it's Mrs. Sharples or Mrs. Walker. But also they're getting pissed on cherry brandy. Isn't that amazing?
We've just had a warning. A warning has come in from YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video.
It started.
Silla. So hopefully we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But I'll keep my eye on it, and if we temporarily get blocked, then
Blame Ina.
yeah, blame Corrie.
So that was why it was my number 5, because it was a rare shot of them both not letting their hair down, letting off steam, and also chalk and cheese. Talk about chalk and cheese of the street at that particular time, and it was just a lovely scene. I thought it was lovely.
Pete Potofsky says, I've never seen that. Fabulous. Will said, so weird them using their first names. Mad Aberfan says, Annie Walker with her battle with Molly Sugden's character was classic.
But I think Molly Sugden was another landlady, wasn't she, of another pub in the area. So there's always like a bit of one-upmanship.
Amanda Robinson, my gran with the spit of Ina. Emma Fisher says, Ina with her posh voice.
And Neil said he's met Violet Carson. That's got lovely hair under that net.
Here we go. Kim Farr says, now that's my era. Love Mrs. Walker. My mother ran pubs for 50 years and she could out-Walker Annie. Anyway, I'm keeping my eye on YouTube. I'm hoping
We're still on, I think, aren't we?
I'm hoping we're still on.
Perhaps we won't play as much.
Yeah, I'll play shorter little clips. So my number 4 is...
What about Dos Cubra Libras, senorita?
Oh, just an orange juice for me. Yeah, how many pesetas is it? Doesn't the money run away?
On 2 legs and belonging to Bentley. How are you feeling, dear?
A little better, I think.
Such a shame. The Anglo-Saxon epidermis is so delicate.
Yes, I suppose so.
The what?
The skin.
How do you think I got on Huey Green?
Shut up, Hildy. You're spoiling your image.
Wow.
I had more little clips, so I was jumping around there to try and avoid the YouTube police. But yeah, when the ladies of Coronation Street all went off to Mallorca in 1974. So 1974 is, of course, the year I was born. So I'd not seen that, but I've seen like all those images of all those ladies that in my mind are like the old ladies of Coronation Street. But these images of them all in their little bikinis and stuff.
But those summer dresses as well. I remember my nana's wearing them on holidays.
Because Rita wears that little green swimming hat and her bikini. And Rita pulls like a bloke in Speedos on the beach. I think Mavis goes, oh, I think he wants you to take you for a ride. And Rita goes, I know very well what he wants to take me for. And then Mavis scores with someone called Pedro. Bet's got her big long hair out and she's got some sort of fancy man on the go. It's funny. There's 2 episodes, I think, where they're in Spain.
I mean, that must have been about the time when people were actually starting to go abroad, wasn't it? As well, in the 60s and 70s.
I guess so. It's like when package holidays started getting popular.
So it'd have been very sort of strange for the viewers to be seeing all their favourites out in the sun in another country.
Do you remember? I always loved when soaps go like on holiday. Do you remember? It's happened sometimes. EastEnders, they went on like a canal trip once, and you have a week where they're away somewhere.
Yeah, and I remember that in Corrie there too. Didn't they go and try and find Bet because she'd run off?
Yeah, they go somewhere, don't they, to find Bet?
And Alec finds her, and then he asks her to marry him.
Yeah. I can't remember where.
She's found in some bar.
And of course,
in
there's
Spain.
the glamorous trip to Blackpool with Rita and Alan Bradley.
Oh, good ass.
Where Rita's gone crazy and singing in a bar. Pete Potofsky says the jumpy edit was like Mrs. Overall appearing. Yeah, it's because I was trying to skip forward. I had Rita on the beach pulling that guy, but I thought if I play that, you won't see Hilda singing on the balcony. So I jumped about. Yeah, they're good episodes. They're on YouTube. Like, I don't know why we get pulled for like showing 2 minutes, but you've got the whole episodes on.
No, it's because we're doing live.
Yeah, 'cause we're live.
That's what it is. The thing we're actually showing you live episodes.
Someone says Pedro appears in Weatherfield. Gareth Hambleton has said Pedro suddenly comes to Weatherfield and has a total body downgrade. Is Pedro's not Norris's first character, is it?
I'm not sure. I know. Does Mavis meet somebody on holiday? And
Pedro.
Oh, Pedro. And yeah.
But Norris, when he first was in Corrie, was a Spanish chap. I don't know if it is Pedro. It might be Pedro. O'Sheen, wheezing. As she said, EastEnders did a spin-off show with Cat and Alfie called Redwater, filmed in County Waterford. I think we during our show on spin-offs...
we mentioned that, didn't we?
Yeah, one of the Giggle Boxers mentioned it. I think it was Bridget and Maureen mentioned it.
They call it Redwater.
Norris was Pedro. Filippo Giacomo. Filippo Giacomo's got a connection. There he is. Meavy Weeze has jumped in and said, will there be an Isolation Creation Star Wars? Just joined, so probably off topic. It is off topic. I would love to do a You Have Been Watching sort of end credits of Star Wars. So that might happen. But it takes a lot. We'd have to build a lot of stuff out of cardboard.
Which I don't mind doing. It just needs a lot of
we need a lot of thought. Alan doesn't really love Star Wars as much as me, do you?
I'm not a sci-fi. I'm not. I'd rather sit and watch old Corrie than sci-fi. But I definitely have fun doing it.
Helen Boulter has said, Deirdre's hairdos are worth a chat. Stay tuned. They're coming up. Tracy Ann Canning, congrats Jamie on your stint on Gobbles. I went on the Corrie tour on Easter Sunday. It was fantastic. So I was there on the Thursday just before you were there, Tracy. That's when I filmed it. So that was my number 4. My number 4 is when the Corrie girls head to Mallorca in 1974. Alan's number 4, and I might only play little clips of these. Alan's number 4 is...
I reckon it's going to be the biggest flop of all time.
Get away. How are you doing, Ginge?
He'll not come, you know, and it's not to do with being clever. Tim, he's just got animal instincts, he has.
How much did you say?
£2.20. Go on, she's worth it.
Who is?
Aren't you having a drink, Jack?
No. I won't have time. I'll be going straight out.
Yes, you will, won't you?
Hi, Carol.
Well, hello, Vince. Terrific to meet you.
And you're no flipping with it either.
No, but I will 10 minutes after I get you home.
Oh, I love that. I love that when it was on. For those who don't know...
what she just said?
Well, hello there, Vince. For those who don't know, Jack was always one for the ladies, wasn't he? And he decided to join a dating agency. And I think it's Bet was also a member of the same agency, and she gets the video that he's on.
Oh, is it a video dating?
Yeah, and so she sort of, I don't know, I don't know whether she tells Vera, but Vera finds out. So they decide to have a laugh and set him up on a fake date. And she's called something like Carol Munro, the widow. And it's called like Vince.
Carol Munro's often popping up on Loose Women, isn't she? Is that? Oh no, that's Caroline Munro. She's an actress.
And it's called like Vince something. I can't remember his posh name. He's got like a Vince. I think it might be a singing name because he sings, doesn't he, Jack?
Jason Darcy's just written in how
hello there, Vince. And I remember watching the reruns on ITV3, and I caught that one, and it was so funny because she.
Hello, John. John Morissette just popped in. Hiya, John.
So yeah, that was my number 4. I love Jack and Vera, and they had some wonderful storylines over the years.
And we did. We talked about our top five. That's weird. Top 5 soap deaths, and you.
Yeah, that was going to be there instead of that, but I just thought no, I will change it around and show a funny story.
Yeah, was it Jack's death you spoke about?
Yeah, and Vera had already died, and he was it's one of the best soap opera deaths in history. And she sort of picks him up and goes, "Get your coat on, let's get going. Come with me."
Here we go. Richard Bobbins Duffer has said, Jack and Vera opened a shop in our local shopping centre. Liz Dawn was crackers.
Oh, if you haven't seen it, Les Dawson's house party. Oh.
What, Liz Dawn's house party?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a video that she released where she invites people to a party in her house.
I've never seen that. I think I'd love it.
Love it.
Who's invited? People like Ruth Maddox?
No, not Ruth Maddox, but people from the street. That one with the the Irish comedian with the Wellingtons. What's his name?
Jimmy Cricket.
Yeah, he goes. People come.
Oh, don't mention it. Maybe we'll do it as a quiz round. Who's at Liz Dawn's party?
Oh, it's amazing. She's like, "Come on, get yourself in."
Carol Brooks has said, I used to watch it when Sarah Lancashire was in it with Reg. They were so funny. We are, at the moment, we're engrossed in the TV show Julia, about Julia Child, which, of course, stars Sarah Lancashire as Julia Child. It's brilliant,
and
isn't it?
She's doing an amazing job. I mean, for those who know Julia Child, it's a part that would be hard to pull off. But she's doing an amazing job.
She's like an American icon. So for a good old British lass to get a role over there in Hollywood doing that is huge, isn't it?
It's amazing. We're loving it, aren't we?
Yeah, it's great. It's a really good show if you've not watched it. It's on. We've got like 3 days left on a Now subscription, so it's on now.
Because Julia Child's one of my favourite chefs. Because all my chefs that I follow, I don't really cook their recipes. I just watch them because I find them so entertaining, and she's one of them.
Angela Willis says Jack called himself Vincent Clare on the dating agency. And Gareth Hambleton said, if I recall, Shirley Stelfox ran the dating agency.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Alex Johnson says, why is it in Corrie even new characters do it? They go into the Rovers, say pint please, and the barman says how gay, but they never say a pint of what? Lager, bitter, water, milk? Help me out, love.
And it's all the same, isn't it? I remember Ida Clough saying, I'll get lagers in. And they were like tan brown.
I go up to get my drink.
I thought that's not lager. What do you get?
I don't buy it. He buys it for me.
He?
I'm not telling you who, but...
I know who, but I'm not telling these.
All right, so that was your number 4. So my number 3, everyone, is...
I sentence you to 6 months imprisonment. On counts 3 to 10, theft, the 8 separate counts of stealing £500, I sentence you to 12 months imprisonment. And on the final specimen count, that of obtaining property by deception, I sentence you to 6 months imprisonment.
My number 3 is Free Deirdre Rashid. That whole era. Do you remember? It was like front page news, and it got spoken about in Parliament. Prime Minister's Question Time. Can you remember? There was a time when Prime Minister's Question Times, all they talk about was, can Deirdre get released from prison? Not all the shenanigans that we're hearing about.
But there were T-shirts, there was placards. I think there was Was there live demonstrations as well?
I think, and you could get the middle pages of the Sun or something. You could get one of those posters to put in your window.
Yeah.
You'd always look around at who had them in the window.
Again, Deirdre. I mean, she was another icon of the street, wasn't she?
Deirdre again. Will Venus. You'd have a field day with Deirdre because, of course, you've got early Deirdre.
Yeah.
Then we've got mid Deirdre.
Yep.
Then late Deirdre.
Yeah.
What else is there? Is it just those 3 styles?
Those 3 styles.
Well, the early Deirdre, doesn't she have a funny little like Farrah Fawcett fringe, but it's like a limp one?
Yeah, it's like...
You know, like if a sixth former at school tried to do Farrah Fawcett's hair by the end of the day when they'd had cooking.
It's a shame because her was always undershadowed by her goggles, wasn't it? It was the glasses that were always like...
Nikki's just said there's so much emotion in her glasses. They were wonderful actors, her specs.
They were. I bet there's a little shelf in a museum somewhere. And Kirk Bride's glasses.
We put a plea out on Facebook not long ago for specs, 80s specs. And some of you sent in some classics.
Some wonders.
And we also got some sent to us by a shop called Dead Man Specs. SPEX, Dead Man Specs, I think. And the couple who run that, it's a vintage glasses shop. They sent us some cracking pairs.
And Joel and Sarah sent me for some for my birthday.
Yeah, they're those ones I wanted, aren't they? With the upside down.
Yeah,
glasses.
you guys sent me brand new ones. With labels attached. That was fabulous.
Lucy's just said, and Jamie Ann, free the Weatherfield one. Nibbles has said it as well. Free the Weatherfield one. Now, didn't she go into prison for a while and bunk up with Margie Clark?
Yeah, blonde fist.
And then Margie Clark
comes out and befriends her again, or lives on the street.
Comes into the street and causes shenanigans.
Yeah, she's a bit rough around the edges.
I met Margie Clark with my friend Rachel in Edinburgh, and we were doing a play. We were doing it in Edinburgh. You like share theatres. We were doing a play in the daytime, and she was in the evening act. And we met her in a bar, I think, and said, "Oh, we're doing this show, and you're in the evening." And she said, "Well, come and see my show, because she knew we were from Liverpool." And we said, "Oh, we've got no money. We're in Edinburgh, love. We've got no money, and your tickets are too much." She went, "I'll leave a window open for you."
Not free tickets.
She left a window because she knew we were scowls. She left a window open, and me and Rachel climbed through a window to watch Margie Clark on stage.
Blonde fist.
She was great, Margie.
Keith Wellens says Deirdre used to play the mouth organ for the cast during scene takes.
Is that real? Is that true? I really hope it is true.
I thought she'd be out on the ciggies.
Well, there we go. There's news that I never knew. Angela Willis says Margie Clark was mum to Tyrone. Tyrone, who's Fizz's ex-husband.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, and Sue Neal says she had a pair of those upside down specs in 1986.
We once went on holiday to Spain. This wonderful little bar called the Brig, and in it was this, I think we mentioned it before, Dodo, the owner, who had a sort of hair piled up like Julie Goodyear, but also these spectacles that were shaped.
Imagine a woman about 78.
Yeah, 78 and about 3 foot tall, and these glasses, the shapes of butterflies. So she looked through the sort of top of the wing, and then there was a little baby wing here, which had lenses in as well. She
looked a little bit like the alien in American Dad, the cartoon, when he dresses up as women.
Oh. Yeah.
Didn't she? Because she has this big hair here, but this little body.
Oh, she was amazing. That's a look I'll recreate one day. When I find some butterfly glasses.
Yeah, Lucy's also said Margie Clark was Tyrone's mum. Jackie Dobbs says Darren Small in capitals. I think he's not just shouting at someone in the bar. I think he's saying that was Margie's character. And Filippo has said they recently retconned it. I don't know what that is. That's
reconnected.
So that Margie wasn't the biological mother to Tyrone, and that was just so they could bring in the character of Maureen Lipman.
Is Maureen Lipman his mother?
I think she's his granny.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
Our friend is in Corrie at the moment. Plays Phil, who's Fizz's new Phil with a double L, who's Fizz's new fella.
We did quite a lot.
So he does loads of scenes with Tyrone, doesn't he? Alan's done.
I've done loads of stuff with Jamie.
Loads of stuff with him. Nice guy. Jane McIntyre is here. So that is. My other cousin, Linda LaHughes's sister, is in the house as well. I think Linda LaHughes's sister in Gimme 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 was that drunk Slater sister.
Yeah, Sugar Walls.
Sugar Walls. So Sugar Walls is in as well. What was I about to say? Can't remember.
We should have Fog by Tea Time?
We should have Fog by Tea Time. So that was my number. Was that my number 3? So
yep.
Alan's number 3 is.
Now, if we sort of skip through the video, it's because we don't want to get zapped.
So we're jumping about because we don't
want to get pulled off.
We don't want to be pulled off by Scylla's police.
Scared? Course I was scared. I'm human, aren't I? When he pulled that gun out, I felt a cold shiver go right through me. It were like... bang! He's got a gun, and he's not afraid to use it.
Why are you pointing a banana at me?
To show you what it were like. Use your imagination. Imagine this is a deadly weapon capable of killing you.
Oh, I can. I can imagine. It must have been very frightening. Now, put the banana down before we have a...
Now, the reason why I chose that is purely and simple Blanche Hunt.
I'm going to be very classy here, so please ignore me. But my classy drink tonight is booze in a bag. Talk about Blanche Hunt while I'm doing this, love.
Yeah, Blanche Hunt. What an amazing decision to bring her into Corrie. I know she was in it in the younger days as Deirdre's mum, but it was nothing like the Blanche that we knew and loved in the 90s. You know, we all need light relief, don't we, in some of these dramas? And she was one chunk of light relief. So funny. Whoever wrote for her was amazing.
Again, they get really good writers on Corrie. The guy who wrote Gimme 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 is currently a writer on Corrie.
And I know it must be just down to the actress herself. That it must have just come from her. You know, it organically grew from her. And the years we had with Blanche was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fiji says, my absolute favourite, best lines. A lot of people are saying my drink just sounded like I was having a wee. I wasn't having a wee. I was topping up my drink.
It's because it's in a bag. Yeah, I mean, it was... I didn't really see much of her live when the show was going. But I've seen lots of reruns with her in it. And I can see why the nation fell in love with her.
O'Sheen says, great relationship between them and Ken. So Deirdre and Blanche and Ken. Greatly missed Anne and Maggie.
Yeah.
Spin Doctor says, Blanche's best line was that one about Liz McDonald. She got roots as black as a soul. And the one about prisoner cell block H, where she said Erica Davidson was God.
And she meets, what's the guy who used to run Roy in the street with Hayley. And she says to Roy, you should just go home and be crayoning in a book.
Alex says, Blanche, when she thinks Ken is gay, is hilarious. But her ultimate scene is at Peter's AA meeting. So funny. Yeah, it's a funny one that I've seen.
Nobody gets let off, do they, in that one? And when she's tiddly.
It's great. I have a feeling I met Blanche.
Did you?
Yeah. Now, who's Blanche's husband?
What, in real life, Maggie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, this sounds so pretentious. I'm sure I met her at the Australian Embassy. I went to a book launch. And she was the author's wife, I think. Or she was a guest of the author. And the book launch was at the Australian Embassy. There is a scene. Keith Wellens has popped it into the Facebook comments, so watch it after us. But it's of Deirdre playing the mouth organ. So she did do it. Yorkshire Bus Guy. In 2012, I passed the iconic Liz Dawn in a corridor at Granada. She wasn't too well. She was in a wheelchair, but she smiled so lovely at me and mouthed hello. Bless her. She seems so lovely. Me versus We says, in the Netherlands, where they are from, the soap operas always end their season with a giant cliffhanger. Did Coronation Street do that too?
It never ends, does it?
No, Me versus We don't.
We don't have breaks.
Yeah, we don't have breaks, so it just carries on. I know in other soaps like Dallas, Dynasty, American soaps, they have like blocks. So you have like 25 episodes and then maybe 4 months off and then it starts again. We don't have that. It just carries on forever. There are cliffhangers and like big episodes around Christmas, but you've got another episode in 2 days in the UK. I remember Cell Block H always used to have cliffhangers, didn't it?
Yeah, but even then with Yorkshire TV, they wouldn't end on a end of a season. It just end up halfway through a season, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And Cell Block H will return in the autumn.
Pete Petrovsky, my favourite Blanche bit was when she threatened to leave home with empty suitcases. She was great. Who was the other old lady that was quite funny?
I liked
Reg Holdsworth, mum.
the one, yeah,
or mother-in-law.
Maud. She was in their little shop. I mean, they've always had a battle axe in Corrie, haven't they? That's every little northern street needs a battle axe.
But she's a good actress as well, isn't she? Blanche. She's a really. She knows comedy. She knows comedy. Did she do sitcoms or anything like that?
No, she sort of didn't really.
Maybe she left to have kids or something.
She sort of just came back into Corrie and just, took the world by storm.
Maud. Helen Boulter said Percy and ... Percy and Phyllis.
You see, with Phyllis, she wasn't used as much as she should have been.
When I first started dating Alan, one of the many things that attracted me to him was that he had a Phyllis Pierce keyring.
And I still have it.
Still got it.
It's on my door key. And it's about 30-something years old.
Oh, Phyllis.
I love Phyllis. They didn't use her as much.
Melanie Fairley says she was Mrs. Hollenbury's sister in Sickness and in Health.
Oh, was she?
Blanche, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Spin Doctor, I love Phyllis Pierce. I wouldn't want your body if it came with a set of occasional tables. So Alan's number 3 was
Blanche Hunt.
Blanched
vegetables.
My number 2 is...
What is this, Rita? What's going on? Look, you're wanting me to put up thousands of pounds. I'm entitled to ask you why you haven't any savings if this pub of yours is such a wonderful business proposition.
Don't you come the high and mighty with me, lady. You'd not be stood there with a bulging bank balance if you hadn't flaming married it.
Yes.
Why don't you come...
Len left me a tatty little shop, but it was me who worked my guts out over there. Me that opened this place.
It was
and
Len's
built this
cash
up.
what got you started.
But for him, you'd have been nowt but a clapped-out chorus girl. Better than a clapped-out barmaid.
Talk about fair weather pals. I should have known better than turn to you.
Nobody pours thousands of pounds down the drain, no matter how good pals they are.
Pals? Pals? You don't know the meaning of the word.
Pals! Everyone knows Pals. Everyone knows that scene. Pals. I know a few of you had mentioned it earlier on in the comments.
I once saw a play called Accrington Pals. They need to write one called
Weatherfield Pals. A scene which is crying out for us to recreate it.
Word for word or even lip synced.
Will Venus, that's the wig. That one. What on earth is that style called? With all those little curls up there. People says toffee shop. She calls it a toffee shop, doesn't she?
Yeah. And the story is that Bet wants to buy the Rovers.
Bet leaves not long after that, doesn't she?
Yeah, because she can't buy the Rovers. That's when she disappears, I think, off to Spain. Because she sort of leaves them high and dry. So she tries and buys the Rovers and wants Rita to help her pay for it. And Rita at first is all into it, I think. And then sort of Rita then has second thoughts and then sort of backs out. And I think, that was Bet's last hope, really.
Oh, poor Bet. But then she pops them on.
I think that's when she runs off. I think Roy Barraclough, what's his character called? Alec Gilroy, goes and finds her, brings her back, and I think he then lends the money. Or
really? So
marries her.
That's not when she leaves.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
A little message came in. I'm Cool says, "Wow, I didn't know you guys were dating. That makes it even better. We've been together for 25 years. I think they're being funny.
Pals."
Wheezing. O'Sheen says, Jamie, have you been in Corrie before? Yeah, I have. I played a character called Morris. If you look up a scene on YouTube, which is called, I think, Norris Meets His Match. It's mostly still up there.
With Rita and Norris, wasn't it?
With Rita and Norris, yeah. Ian Mackey, my favourite scene ever, I think. Feels like real life, can feel for both characters. Yeah, actually, me saying Bet's... Well, she isn't a great actress, but Rita's a good actress in that. But Bet does it quite well.
I think Bet's marvellous. I don't think...
She's not, but she's camp. She's big and camp.
We got Ray Winston who just plays everything as Ray Winston. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. She just plays everything as herself.
Jason Darcy says, I wish they'd bring Bet back one more time just to make peace with Rita.
I'm not whether she's whether she's well enough.
I don't think she's. We had an interview with her, didn't we, on the radio? She didn't sound good.
I think the fags might have done their damage.
Will says it's called a coronet, that style. Oh, nice. Well, let's talk more.
Let's talk coronets.
Adele Rose wrote great gutsy scenes for the street women. I don't know if Adele Rose is the writer of that scene. And Zanuck Duck TV says Rita dressed quite plainly until she became a wealthy widow after Len, then Ted died.
She was quite humdrum, wasn't she?
Where that money came back. Here we go. Filippo Giacomo Brachioforte, Jason, has said when Beck came back, just for the fortnight, they did make their peace with each other. They made up with each other. Right. Alan's number two. Alan's number 2 is...
Was it your number 2?
No, my number 2 was Pal's.
Oh, of course it was. Right.
Alan's number 2.
Would you like a glass, mate?
Who's only been matey?
We're not being matey today, Stan. We're being very snooty today. Cheers again, love.
Cheers.
Ooh. Hey, do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Like on us first honeymoon, such as it were.
Better.
Oh, flatterer.
You know, I thought you looked a bit skinny our first honeymoon.
You said I looked like Rita Hayworth.
I never.
Oh, you did. And you kept crooning that old black magic in muriel, even in the Cardoma in Blackpool.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, I do. I remember everything.
Oh, women always do, don't they?
Yeah. Going to my head already. Still, that's the idea, isn't it? Oh, do you know, Stan? I still can't hardly believe it. Fabulous hotel, champagne, dinner for 2, probably be prawn cocktails and all that. Oh, it's like a dream come true.
I wonder who's in Rovers now.
Well, whoever it is, I'll bet they were wishing they was here. You heard? Come on, you daft aper. 'Tis the second honeymoon, you know, not the first. Although, as I remember, you wasn't all that backward at coming forward then.
What's that lipstick taste of?
Woman, Stanley. Woman.
Oh. We've got yellow warning.
We've got another yellow warning, so we're hoping...
I was like, we must play right. Woman, Stanley, woman.
Hopefully we're still live on YouTube. So I don't... People have said, I don't think Julie Goodyear... You know, I love Julie Goodyear. She was my number 5, top 5. And I love the character of Bette Lynch. I just think she's over the top, which is most probably why I love her. Because she's camp and bigger than life. And then this one. My videos are short, snappy, cheeky.
Mine are the best.
So Alan's number 2, for those who missed it in the YouTube room, is of course...
Hilda and Stan.
Hilda and Stan.
Hilda. And it was going to be Hilda's leaving do, which was Christmas 86, was it? 83, 86? But I thought, no, I remember that. I remember watching that one. They brought, Coronation Street brought out these little videos, and I think it was called like Hilda and Stan, or the Hilda years.
You can get a DVD game called The Hunt for Betty's Hot Pot. Yeah.
I think they brought out Betty's Hot Pot, didn't they? Did Iceland bring it out?
Did they?
One Shot brought it out.
I bet they didn't do a plant-based version for me.
No.
Jason has wittily written free the Isolation Creations too.
We've been jailed for 10 minutes.
And Dame Sue Neal, who is our patron, says, "Flipping play it. We're gonna play it."
As Blocky would say, isn't it bloody stupid?
My number 1. So my number 1, I'm gonna play it. Fingers crossed we're gonna stay live. My number 1 is dedicated to a very, very special man indeed. So my number 1 is...
A joke? How many more times?
It's a bit late worrying about that, huh? You love it, don't you, huh? So what are you going to do,
A wake-up call for what precisely? And people's fears come from ignorance, don't they?
I really don't think there's anything else to say, do you? And you know what the worst thing is? And that, does it? Huh? What does that make me? So what do you suggest? What about my heart, Gail? Why can't you be like this all the time? Does that ring any bells? What do you see when you look at me? Silly, stupid old woman.
Chitty chatty chit chat, chitty chatty chit chat.
We love you and in.
Chitty chatty chit chat, chitty chatty chit chat.
What will you live for?
Chitty chatty chit chat.
What a happy time we'll spend.
Chit chat, chitty chatty chit chat.
Our fine for friend and friend.
Chit chat, chitty chatty chit chat.
Our fine for friend and friend.
Chatty chit chat, chitty chatty chit chat.
That is dedicated to. So there's this an amazing guy called Martin Hett. I don't know if any of you have heard of Martin before today, but Martin Hett was just like a figure that I found on social media, followed on social media. Funny guy. Put together lots of these funny Coronation Street videos. He was the guy who discovered the Audrey noise and put together lots of videos of the Audrey noise. There's lots of funny things he created. Sadly, Martin was one of the victims at the Ariana Grande concert. The bomb, I guess, 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, Martin died then. This wonderful, funny, bright light, would have gone huge places, was snuffed out that night. And so I'm dedicating my number one spot to Martin. And I don't know if any of you watch Coronation Street, but last week, Gail and another character went to a bench to lay flowers, thinking about the Ariana Grande victims. And the bench said, for Martin and all the others. So Coronation Street sort of knew of Martin and dedicated that scene to him. Sad. Martin had, and Filippo says Martin had a Deirdre Barlow tattoo.
He did.
So yeah, that's a little bit of love for a very special chap who would have been quite a star, I think.
And I think he'd have loved us.
Yeah, he'd have been well in our little gang.
We'd have loved him.
So yeah, that is our special little moment for Martin. So that is my number one. Finding the funny in Coronation Street, and especially the late Martin Hett.
Yeah.
Alan's number one.
Can you just play like 10
We're
seconds?
going to play. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to jump through it. Hopefully, we're going to not be banned.
Right, come on, Bernard. Oh, you can't leave them on. No, I've been stood standing here pressing my cubicles back, waiting for you. Ignore her. She's been acting funny all day, you know. Mind you, she hasn't been too well lately, you know. Have you not been too well? No. And he asked you, what did he say? Look at her. What did he say? Be soon, he said. What he said there? Tell her she knows. Oh, she knows. Oh, she knows.
Now that is a little example of when at Christmas time, Coronation Street in the early years used to have a little sort of cabaret inserted into the episode, and they did it quite often for quite a few years. I think late 60s.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas
late
episode.
60s into 70s on Christmas Day. So it was all like, you know, the characters would put on a cabaret show in the Rovers, and there's famous episodes where Annie Walker's dressed as Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh yeah, I've seen photos of that.
You know, and that sort of thing. And I chose that mainly because Irma is doing a take on Hilda Baker, and I don't know what his name is.
Tell me who Irma is. I don't know that character.
Hilda's daughter. Hilda Ogden's
really?
daughter.
I recognise the actress. I think. What would I have seen her in?
She was in Corrie. Emmerdale. She was one of the Dingles in Emmerdale.
Maybe it's that.
She might have been the first Dingle mum.
I don't really know Emmerdale either. I just recognised her.
What
else has Irma Ogden been in, people?
Anyway, the man dressed up as Cynthia is actually Gordon Kay.
Cilla Black has just spotted that.
But I don't know I don't know what part he played in Corrie back then.
So yeah, Renee from Hello Hello there in drag stood standing there on the stage. And I guess she stood off the stage, so she was littler like Hilda Baker.
And also at that time, Hilda Baker was most probably really, really well known, popular, and also Northern. So it was quite nice that they sort of were doing a modern impersonation of someone. But that was the time when Christmas episodes were full of fun and laughter, not the doom and gloom that some of them episodes are today.
They do little Christmas specials now, though, don't they? Which is like a separate program, like the big quiz that we were on, but also like Christmas specials where it's just like song and dance numbers. I know there's been a couple of EastEnders ones, which is where we got Pat Butcher singing Santa Baby. Lots of love coming in from Martin Hett. Pete Potofsky says Martin's cat was called Emily Bishop. And Keith Wellens says Martin's ashes are scattered in the gardens at Coronation Street. Craig Schmal says hi. He's come all the way from Johannesburg. So hiya.
Hi, Craig.
Gordon Kay was Emily's boyfriend for a while.
Oh, okay.
Leanne McGee, she says good morning to us all. Leanne's down in Australia. Alex Clark says in his top 5 would have been Alan Bradley getting hit by the tram.
Well, that was in my top 5.
Soap demises. Yeah, so we tried to choose different things than we'd done in our past sketches.
And the one that sort of went by, which I didn't ever see, was the tram crash. I never really saw that.
My friend drove the tram.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My friend Tom was driving the train that crashes into Coronation Street.
There's sort of times in your life when you sort of end up getting jobs where watching soaps just doesn't happen anymore. Like we worked in box offices, didn't we, for years? Worked in museums.
Shari says she played Nellie Dingle.
And you sort of then stop watching all these soaps.
Yeah, when we lived in London, I guess it's weird. When I moved up north, I always got not freaked out, but people have dinner earlier up north than in London. I think it's just because we'd finish work at like 6, and then you got that big old commute home, so you're not getting home till like 7, 7:30. Then you're making food. So we don't eat our dinner till like 8:30.
Well, some of my shifts used to finish at 8 after a show had gone in. So then you get a bus home, train home, and then it's 9 o'clock.
Pete Potofsky says, "Was that really Renee standing there?"
Standing there, yeah.
I'd play it again, but the Silla's police will pull us off. I want to say a little thank you to everyone who has tipped us recently over the past week or so. We don't make I don't want you to think we make a fortune out of tips. We don't at all. But what we do get from you is just it like warms our cockles. And I've put a little announcement there. Did you see it?
Yeah.
From just £3, you can make sure that it's coming.
For example, the tips you've sent in has recently helped us buy 2 new wigs.
Yes.
For a project that we're working on, which we couldn't have done without your help.
There you go. It's scrolling past so slowly. You can make sure there's a safe and warm place for lost and abandoned wigs from just £3. But it is we had a meeting on Friday with the theatre, so with the Stephen Joseph Theatre, which is the Scarborough Theatre, with the guys who run the cafe there, lovely big cafe space, to talk about putting on some cabaret, hosting some cabaret for them. So there are plans afoot for the Isolation Creations to go live. And of course we will let you all know with plenty of notice so you can all come and book a B&B in Scarborough and come and hang out with us. It's looking like we'll be doing like a Sunday brunch kind of gig. So it'll be Sunday, I guess, 11 o'clock or maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It will include lots of games, bingo, game shows, bit of bullseye. I don't know what it's going to involve yet. But it'll be fun. We'll be there. Sherry and Brandy will most probably be there.
Winge and Blockett are going to be there. We're going to be working on Winge and Blockett. They're going to be sort of like heightened, as in we're going to make them look and, appear more flamboyant than they do.
We're going to sort of drag everything up a little bit, so level them all up for the stage, so everything's a little bit bigger and a bit livelier for the stage. We don't have a date yet. We're looking at dates kind of towards the end of July, most probably, because we've got a lot of work to do to get it all ready. But yeah, exciting plans afoot.
And we'll try our best to record some of it and take photos for those who can't come and see us live.
But who knows, then once we've started doing it live, we might be able to come to a theatre near you and do similar things.
And I just want to say that really wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you guys. Because we wouldn't still be here doing this if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be buying wigs if it wasn't for your generosity and your support.
We wouldn't have been noticed by the theatre, by the guys in the... We wouldn't have been noticed by these people if we didn't have a
great community behind
following.
Us. So, it's all down to you guys as well. So we thank you for that.
So keep people who can't work out how to... Hopefully that coffee link should be quite easy. It's a link, you click it, takes you to a page, and I think you can pay us by PayPal. Pay us. Make a donation. It suggests £3, which is the price of buying a coffee. So it's effectively buying a coffee for us.
We're also looking at creating a Jubilee special quiz next week. So I'm not sure whether we'll be doing a show next Wednesday, will we?
No, there won't be a Wednesday night show next week, but because we're going to do something over that Jubilee weekend.
So somewhere over that Jubilee weekend, we're going to be doing a quiz. I'm not sure which night yet it'll be on.
Does anyone have any
do you
thoughts?
have any thoughts?
So you got
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I guess we could do Wednesday night because you've not got work on Thursday. But yeah, maybe Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. You do have to wear Union Jack hats, Melanie. We make that very strict.
Or you can tell us that you're wearing it and not really wear it.
We could do... We're going to do a quiz. Again, it's free, but you can make a donation. We'll do funny things in it. I don't know. It's like the quizzes. Anyone who's been to quizzes, if you've been to one of our quizzes, let people know that it's not... Mastermind.
It's not mastermind, and
it's silly. It's
you just
funny.
play along at home. You don't have to let us know your answers, or unless you want to tell us. So just let us. We'll go with the majority, really.
Yeah, send us in suggestions. Alex and Mark are saying Wednesday night's good. Wednesday, I'm wondering whether we can get it ready for Wednesday. Might be better for us if we go sort of Friday or Saturday, maybe. I know they're party nights, but not for.
Okay. She's chipping in.
Alexa's chirping up. Friday for me. Friday or Saturday, please. Will you both be going to the Jane McDonald Platinum Jubilee concert in Scarborough? Paul, when is it? Tell us what date that is. That's important. What date is Jane McDonald in Scarborough Theatre? Because we don't want to do it that night. We want to sit in the garden and listen to Jane.
She might not be open air. She might be in the other one.
BG Bear says, I've got Union flag trousers but no hat. Can I still come to the quiz? You can. Of course you can. How's Peggy? She is. Curled up. She's moved the camera a bit. There she is. She's chilled-axed.
She's been very good, haven't you, baby?
Fizz, I love your quizzes. Not Saturday, Friday's good. Here she is, has just arrived. She's been out drinking. She's on the Isle of Wight, wouldn't you know?
Oh, is she? What's she doing there?
She's on a hollybobs.
Oh.
Here she is. Have you watched Cockfosters? It's called The Cockfosters, isn't it?
Mm.
The Cockfosters. It's a little sitcom. It's a bit royal family-ish, and it's set on the Isle of Wight. I think you'd enjoy it. Alex Clark says we've got our bunting ready. Oh, Alex, we put bunting up for our Eurovision party.
Oh.
We put bunting up. It was inspired by you boys. We put Eurovision bunting all around the front room,
all around the house.
And I knocked our rhino head off the wall. We've got a resin.
It's like
white resin rhino.
It's a lamp, actually, isn't it?
Sounds bad taste, but it's kind of meant to be a little.
So
bit bad
she's
taste.
up on a stepladder, and her hips knocked the rhino off the wall.
Shattered
it. But we glued it together, didn't we?
We glued it back together with super glue. Put it up again.
Next day,
beautiful. Next day, I'm taking down the bunting.
Same happened again.
hip knocked it off again. So my poor rhino head's
Those
been through the wars. Neil Sandwell, I've got a Union Jack walking stick for the Jubilee.
Hit some kids with it.
So yeah, what night? So did you tell us Saturday, June the 4th? Paul has let us know is Jane. We've not got tickets because we don't like crowds.
I think one of her shows is something like £200 or something.
Yeah, the price was expensive to be down at.
I love you, Jim, but not that much. Love.
But we're gonna we usually sit in the garden and listen, but we'd forego Jay McDonald for you gang. But Friday night is looking like it could be. Can Jamie be Sam Ryder for the Jubilee quiz? I need like a leaf blower in my face to do Sam Ryder.
Nikki Baxter said she might paint her Billy Bob teeth yellow as a tribute to the Queen Mother.
Oh, maybe we'll have the Queen Mum pop in.
Well, that was an idea. Nikki, if you can send me a picture of yourself dressed up as the Queen Mother, I'd love that.
Alex Johnson saw the first series of Cockfields, very good. Who took over from Bobby Ball? The guy who plays Rabsy Nesbitt, I can't remember his name, but he took over. He's good. It's funny. No night, Leslie. Leslie Ann is going. No night.
No night, Leslie Ann, love.
We've finished our Coronation Street special. We're going to have a little lock-in, but now people are off leaving. I'm going to play the finale.
But we'll be back after that.
We'll be back after that. Hopefully we won't be pulled off by those YouTube police. But
we've been pulled off once already tonight.
We'll see you on the other side. If you need to go, go. And we will see you next week for our
Jubilee special
quiz night.
You keep saying you've got something for me, something you call love, but confess you've been a messing where you should have been messing, and now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep lying when you ought to be truthing. You keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep assuming when you ought to be a changing. Yeah. No, it's right is right. You ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are good.
We'll leave you with Coronation Street from the 80s. Fingers crossed that we don't get
pulled
off. If not, we'll see you next week for the quiz.
Have a great
Jubilee
weekend.
Quiz. Bye everyone. Bye.